Nick, you have to start procrastinating.
What do you mean procrastinating? I'm not procrastinating, I'll do it later. I work better under pressure anyways.
What kind of pressure are you waiting for to fold your clothes?
Well, I procrastinated to dry them for a week and it got done by itself.
Shut the Huh.
Except for drying your clothes, there aren't a lot of things that will get done by procrastinating. And chances are that if you're watching this video, like me, you're procrastinating about a lot more than just drying your clothes. I started my own productivity journey about 4 years ago when I was trying to start my own business. At that time, I had no one looking over my shoulder, and well, procrastination definitely became a problem. I kept telling myself that tomorrow I'll have more energy, it'll be better, I work better under pressure anyway, so I'll make something nicer later on. And well, at some point it just became too much. I just had too much to do. That's when I understood that procrastination was definitely an issue. And we're definitely not alone being procrastinators. Da Vinci was famously known to be a procrastinator. He even lost some of his clients because he was taking too long to do projects, or he would just straight up forget about them. Frank Lloyd Wright is another famous procrastinator, and he famously made the plans to the waterfall house a few hours before having his first meeting with a client. The point here is that you're not alone. After trying multiple ways of beating procrastination, I found that procrastination is mainly about getting started. When we want to get something done, we rely on self-control, which is backed by motivation. We can experience different demotivating factors such as anxiety or fear of failure, as well as some hindering factors such as exhaustion or having goals that are set too far in the future, which all make self-control and motivation harder. Studies have found that there are multiple reasons why we procrastinate. Today we'll be focusing on 5. The first reason is feeling overwhelmed. The second reason is having goals that are too far into the future / having too much time to do something. The third reason is sensation seeking or boredom. Then we'll talk about perfectionism and having too much friction. Feeling overwhelmed is definitely something common in the space of procrastination. The sight of a large challenge like climbing a mountain can be demotivating with reason. My tip for this one is to take a step back and try to break down your bigger challenges into smaller actionable items. Let's take filming a video as an example. Filming a video, I knew it was a lot of work, and that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to start this YouTube channel. But when you break it down, filming a video is 3 simple steps. There's research and script writing and stuff like that. Then there's filming the video and editing the video. Breaking it down into smaller steps like this makes it a lot less overwhelming to start. Let's say you're still overwhelmed by one of those steps, like let's say editing, which I know takes a lot of time. You could try to break it down even further, like you could do the first half of the video someday and then do the rest another day. There's always a solution. Having deadlines that are set too far in the future is an interesting one. That was mostly true for me when I was a student, because we had projects that were due for like 2 months away and stuff like that. I would always put them to the last minute. This really comes down to time management. There's a thing called Parkinson's law, which states that work expends to fill the time allocated for its completion. This quote was first coined in an essay for The Economist by a gentleman called Cyril Northcote Parkinson's in 1955. Considering this law, one thing I do with my projects once I have them broken down into smaller pieces is I'll try to spread them across, let's say, 2 months, depending on when your actual deadline is, of course. And then I would allocate a certain amount of time for every one of these tasks. Let's take filming a video again as our example. Let's say I want to have this video live in 2 months. I could try to break down all of my steps and place them in my calendar. So this week, I'll focus on writing the content. And I'll allocate, let's say, only 4 hours to that. And I know I'll get it done in those 4 hours. And now it's a lot easier to get work done. Boredom is another one that we face a lot. Boredom is definitely the reason why I'm procrastinating to fold my clothes. But boredom is also something I encounter a lot at work. I work as a web designer, and some projects are definitely a lot more fun than others. One of the things I found to get over boredom was to try to overachieve things, make them a bit more fun, a bit more challenging. There are multiple ways of doing that. You could try to take things to the next level, or you could try to have less time to do them. So kind of like a race against the clock type of thing. Another thing you can do is to listen to music, audiobooks, or podcasts while you're doing your work. I use both of these tips when I'm at work. I always try to find how I can make my website just that much nicer and that much more challenging so I have more fun. And I'm also listening to podcasts all day long. That really helps me keep my motivation levels up. Perfectionism. That's one that I can associate with a lot. Waiting for the perfect project, the perfect idea, or the perfect conditions to start. That's one of the reasons why it took me so long to start this YouTube channel. I was waiting for the perfect gear, the perfect weather, to have the perfect lighting and all of that. Now I know that my first videos are just not gonna be that good. but they'll be a great learning experience. Just by starting to do YouTube videos, I can tell you that I feel about 10 times more confident than I was on my first video, and that was just 2 videos ago. Last but not least, friction. Having less friction can definitely help you beat procrastination, because like I said at the beginning, procrastination is about getting started. There are a lot of things you can do to reduce friction. You could do things like leaving your gym bag ready next to the door, so that way when you have to go to the gym, you just take your bag and leave. You could also make templates that help you start a project quicker. I use templates in Notion whenever I have to start a project. I also have templates for my folder structure for my website design. Remember that procrastination is mainly about self-control, so the less friction you have, the easier it is. I want you to take 10 seconds to think about what you should be doing but you're procrastinating and write it down in the comments, that way you'll be held accountable. For myself, those clothes aren't gonna get folded by themselves. If you want to learn about how I organize my life, check out this video that I made about the 3 factors I found were the most helpful to stop feeling overwhelmed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.